discretion is advised. Like, we'll leave it up to you, but you gotta know about this stuff before getting into this whole thing, you know? I mean, straight up, one guy gets his face bitten off by a raccoon, and we show it. Oh man, do we show it.
This is halfway.
I'm trying to impress my parents, man. Come on. All right. Actually,
perfect.
That's perfect. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, y'all. He's cool.
And he's Kegs. He showed up. Where's the deer?
Well, it wasn't even mine. That's the shitty part. I'm telling you, bud. I went nut deep in a goddamn swamp out in the middle of nowhere, and it wasn't even for my deer.
Well, what a fucking what a guy. What a guy. Speaking of what a guy, let me ask you something. Weird to segue out.
Uh-oh.
So when you're at work, what is the acceptable time for you to, go to the bathroom? Like, how long do you really have when you're at work to go to the bathroom?
Well, okay. So there's two ways I can answer that. Number one is as the operator who is actually feeding the entire production assembly. Number two is as the foreman who is monitoring the entire thing and setting the final rate of speed for our production.
Sure.
First one, as the operator, would be basically whenever the hell I decide I have enough time with enough material on the shaker table to just pop the door open, jump out onto the catwalk, and let her fly. The other one is just whenever the heck I want to because I'm just sitting there watching it. So as long as it's not a numero dos, basically, yeah, just send it. The other one, if you're in the hot seat, you pretty much just gotta pinch it.
What if it's number 2, though?
Hope you can last all day, all 10 hours.
Yeah, what if it's number 2, though?
That's what I'm saying. If it is, you just pinch it. Unless you're me, when I'm acting an actual role of the foreman, in which case I just meander over, and if something blows up because I can't see it from inside the little blue box.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, I had this issue the other day. Sorry, my camera is gonna go off here for a second, but I had an issue the other day. I had to go to the bathroom, right? And that day, I happened to be eating a lot of nuts, right? So I'm sitting there making a fucking nut bar for about 7 minutes in the bathroom, right? And I work for a union. That's awesome. They expect your business to be done in about 3 minutes. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm gonna be late. They're gonna be mad. I'm gonna be late. And that kind of messed me up in the head, man. Like, I'm sitting here trying to shit out a nut bar. And next thing you know, here comes the guilt feeling. So I'm just curious, as a boss, as, somebody that actually does labor. It's, I don't know.
Don't push it now. I don't know about labor. There's a reason
minutes?
I gotta.
But would you say 5 minutes? Because that bothers me. Like,
I mean, the way I look at it, dude, I tell my guys the same thing. Everyone's different. You could have showed up to work with a bit of a stomachache. Do your business. Don't make it take a half an hour. That's all I ever say.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in it for half an hour, I'm going to assume you're spanking it and, come beat on the door. Like, hey, bro, it's been 37 minutes. Let's figure this shit out and get back to work.
Well, if it takes 37 minutes, like, try Cialis, right? But, no, I wanted
right.
to talk
I average, I'll say it. Fuck it. Whatever. I average like 10 minutes. But I have internal damage. So for me, it takes a little longer.
I think after the amount of nuts I ate the other day, I have internal damage, so 10 minutes is fine. 10 minutes is fine.
Honestly, if I sit there and eat that coming out like a fucking stream, that's what cleans me out. I'm just saying.
Well,
it's you want to pepper a screen door at 20 paces? Give me a big bag of peanuts and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Well, that's what happened to me, man. Hot peanuts and Dr. Pepper. But The funny thing is
Ooh.
that segue, right?
Go some prune juice with that.
That's what I'm saying. It was a thing, but it's funny because our next guest. Who's our next guest, my man?
Our next guest from the world-renowned squad of he's currently representing the world-renowned squad of champions. Let me get my wording correctly. It's Mr. ButtChug. Chuggers, how are you this evening, buddy?
Yo, guys, how are you? I'm doing well. Another victory.
Another victory.
Easy.
Dude, it's so hard. It's so hard. I'm going to say it right now. It's so hard to pretend to be serious for a second when you're introducing someone when their friggin' name is ButtChug. What, like, we're getting this out of the way right now. I'm asking it right off the fucking get. What inspired that name? Were you like the ButtChug champion of beer pong or something like that? Like what?
No. So actually, this was Queen's name for me. She came up with. I mean, we were just shit talking on English chat, and she said something, and we were all dying, man. We were having so much fucking fun. Back when English chat was fun, we were just joking around. Somehow she said ButtChug, and I swear to God, we all were dying. And the next day, or the next night, we were all trolling, and I just changed my name to ButtChug. You guys want to chug that out my ass?
Well, that's that's only a few miles
Wait,
away.
here.
That's only a few miles away. We'll get it up here in the boom mic. Ready? That'll probably work.
Well, see, I'm trying to do it because I'm on my headset, so I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's come. Did it work? Did it come through?
We'll find out with the echo.
It sounded like
came out on my end.
So here's the thing, boys. So I'm gonna turn my computer for about 2 seconds, just so you guys can see the wraparound. So that's all monitor that you're seeing here.
Oh, that's nice, man.
Yeah, it keeps going. So the thing is, I don't know what causes it. I don't know if it's certain, pitches or whatever, but we're pretty sure we got it solved. We're gonna see. All right, so let's get through this fucking butt fuck of a introduction here. So
It's up there in the grandma's basement.
Yeah, we're able to say butt fuck right now because YouTube is not our friend. But what I will say is, can you do me a favor? Can you tell me who you are inside of the game and which game? Actually, let's go which game, who you are, and anything after that. So let's start with that. What game do you play?
So I primarily play Skywarriors. Name is ButtChug. I can say it without laughing.
I can't.
Chuggy, Chuggers, whatever you want to call me.
Chuggers.
That's me.
Chuggalicious. Chuggalicious.
A lot. That's a good one. I do like that. But I do also like to change my name every fucking day. So I got the 50 diamonds to spend, and I do it. Whatever the topic of the day is, I'm gonna change my name to it. So,
the topic one day was butt chugging, or I'm just curious. That's a good question.
I've been Captain Chuggy before. I've been low Chuggy. I've been big, whoever I'm up against, I like to go ahead and give them my name as well, or at least include their name into it. Oh, that's cute.
It's pretty cute. But so what game do you play?
Skywarriors,
Skywarriors right now?
Yeah. They still have to me, they still have the best dogfighting game there is right now.
Okay.
I have played Metalstorm. I think that Metalstorm has some great attributes. I think that the levels or the maps that they have are incredible. I mean, you got to dive through caves. You got to go around fucking mountains. That's great, man. That's awesome. They also allow you to bounce off of walls. So that's not awesome. You can
You
hit a
get
wall,
one
like,
shot
fly
though.
off. Yeah, yep. You can bounce off of one wall. Like it's for me, it's like almost like arcade Skywarriors bumper cars. It's fucking crazy. So it's a good mixture. But I think the competition wise, like if you were to take one guy versus one guy, like if you were in deathmatch, right, and you got 3 versus 3, but there's only one really good guy versus one really good guy, still Sky Warriors has the advantage, and that's why I like to fight. Is I like to fight versus the better. I like to get better by fighting better people. So when you include something like automatic machine guns, that's not for me, really. I want to go up against you if you are better than me. And automatic machine guns that fucking you can track, you don't even have to do anything. Even missiles, really, right? The long range missiles, same thing as autos, in my opinion. They just go, So, or the radar missiles, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me ask you this. So who do you fly for over there?
Right now, so I have a little hit squad called TBP. It's a teabag party. So if you haven't seen us on English chat, we are always teabagging the shit out of everybody and having fun, because I feel like that's what the game should be. So,
There's a parental warning at this moment in the video. Please keep all of those 17 and under out of this particular arena. This has been your parental advisory of the day. You may continue.
And we show it. Oh man, we show it.
We even got a hold of some scientist guys. Like, hey, scientist guy, is that kind of a butt chug even legal?
Depends on the mixture.
So
yeah, you're it's 21. You're okay.
Yeah, man.
So before, so Chug was going to come on here and tell us a little bit about the history and kind of where we're at with Sky Warriors. But I'm curious, how long have you been on Metalstorm or Call of Duty? I don't know. Like, do you play both?
Nah, I haven't got into the Call of Duty. I used to play PUBG. I was really good at PUBG. So, I played that for about 4 years or so.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
So,
Public service announcement. I'm kind of a big deal. I'm gonna quote you, Diggity.
Nah, it was fun. I really enjoyed PUBG for what it was. It's just
I played a little bit of it. It was all right.
Yeah, it was, but it was more time consuming, and it's almost impossible to stay than Sky Warriors. It was so fucking addicting. I would get
and see for the longest time, dude. After Warzone, Call of Duty Warzone dropped, I was like on that. Like I was in there like swimwear. That's like the only thing that I had on my account. I had a gaming console at the time. It was the only thing on it was Warzone. That was it. It's all I played.
Yeah.
Well, that's like War Thunder right now. Like, I'm curious. I haven't played that yet. Anybody play War Thunder?
I haven't played it yet. I want to.
It looks incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks really fucking awesome.
That's another.
So I guess we're digressing a little bit. How long have you been since obviously to us who started in Skywarriors and are transitioning to playing both? Or all 3 or 4, whatever we're all on right now. Right. For me personally, it's 3: Sky Warriors, Metalstorm, and Call of Duty Mobile. But for those of us who are transitioning from primarily Sky Warriors, we'll focus on that for just a second. And how long have you been part of that community, Chug?
I'm sorry, Sky Warriors community? 7.
Yeah. How long have you been in that one?
Like 6 or 7 months.
Oh, okay.
That's not too bad.
So you came in about the time they were really starting to fuck with us then.
Oh my god, yeah. So I remember coming in and there were fucking 8x deals and 10x deals and jet offers and fucking whatever you wanted to get, they would have. And then and then all of a sudden, I remember as probably when I hit, I don't know, I probably hit CL by the time they really like started to, I don't know if it's the service base that's shit. What the fuck is shit? But like the missiles flying straight, then you got to buy more fucking missiles like than you've ever had before. You
Right,
have
but
to.
once you buy them, they'll fly this time.
What was that? I'm sorry.
I said, yeah, you're right. And then once you finally buy all of those, they'll fly for you.
Yeah. And then, yeah, exactly. The more you buy, the better they fly. Fuck that. But it's just, and then they stopped. They did away with the fucking deals, and then they did away with the jet offers, and then they did away with the fucking T5 paints. I mean, it's just like they have started really just screwing all of their players, really. All of their players that have been asking for a new game. Well, what they do as soon as the game came out, right? They took away one of the most popular games. They took away Deathmatch, brought in this free for all shit.
Yeah.
When they brought in the free for all shit,
And
there's only 500 points to
be clear,
max out.
yeah, well, like I said, to be clear, I played quite a few matches of free for all, and I enjoyed the concept. But there's no way you're ever going to get your proper points in a match.
Not even close.
You know what I mean? It's never going to happen. You can't, or not in a match. Excuse me, in a war even. You'd have to sit there and just waste so many resources. But it was fun. You know what I mean? Like the whole concept of it was fun. I feel like if it would have been introduced in a more of a player friendly way, it would have been a lot better received.
Right. Yeah, and when you're used to like when I run doubles, I'm not like the best, right? But I run like right around like 25 to 30K in an hour. So if I'm running a double, doing 25, 30K an hour, doing deathmatch because I know I can score, and then you take it away from me fucking mid-war, then I'm like, all right, well, now I'm screwed. What am I going to do next war? I'm going to play free-for-all with all these other people, or not, and just play bots and score 500, then I'm lowering my score, 5,000.
Well, let me ask
per
you
hour.
something.
Now I got to play longer.
Right now, right with the player base, it is the way it is. Why do you think there's so many people that are still spending money there? Right, that's what confuses me.
Yeah, it's still the better platform. It's still the most competitive platform.
Okay.
So you go.
If you want to do a heads up style play.
Well, even in squads, right? I mean, if you're just doing squad, so what is the gain from Metalstorm, right? There's no squad versus squads, right? There's just, you just go up against whoever you go up against. It's random, right? Then the next, 5 people is random, right? I mean, I know you can choose and you can set up parties and you can do that shit, right? But it's your 5 versus a random 5 squad, or your 5 versus random 5 people, right? Every single time, and then that's
essentially. I mean, me and Breeze were actually flying 1v1 earlier.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
The Rumble tournaments, there's these tournaments that they create, so it's custom matches. Same thing we're doing. It's coming to the game soon, actually. But what I will say is, like, we kind of did the same thing with Skywarriors, right? So we weren't flying against squads; we were flying for points. So I'm trying to understand the logic. That's all.
Sure, and there's another huge logic here that maybe you're missing. How much investment these people have put into their accounts. Some people have put in 10, 20K into an account.
Sure.
If you put 10, 20K into an account, how are you going to give that up? Like, you're going to give that up to go eventually. Like, if you're a spender, you're going to spend on the next game too. Right? You're going to give up 20K to go to the next game, spend 20K, get rid of that 20K like it's nothing. Until the game ends, and they say until everybody leaves the game, there's still value in your account.
Well, how much value do you think you have in
To a
your
degree
account right now? That's my question. How much value do you think you have right now?
a lot.
Really,
I mean,
really.
over,
So you
yeah,
think you
a
can sell
lot.
your account for a profit?
I don't. No, no, hell no, no. No,
So,
you're
so,
never
so
gonna
when
sell
we're
your
talking
account
about
for a
value,
profit.
what are we talking about? Personal value, or are we talking about
You know,
monetary?
I've
But no, it's okay. I'm not
I feel
dicking
like
on
it's
you.
definitely personal.
No,
It's
yeah, it
definitely
feels a
personal.
lot personal. It feels like
You know what
it's
I
a
mean?
personal
Well,
investment.
and I've done, and I'm not gonna lie. I've spent on mine, and you know, hey, Breeze, your video went out there, Chiefy. Um, you know, I've spent on mine, and you know, it wasn't like, well, it was a decent amount. It was a decent amount. We're not gonna get into what the decent amount is, but it was a decent amount. Let's just say that.
Right.
Um, and I'm now I refuse to pay for anything in Sky Warriors anymore. I literally go off of just the daily deals and chess, and then I haven't put a dime into Metalstorm currently
Hmm.
because I just want to see what it's like to actually be a free to play player on their platform.
Right.
And the thing, and what I'm enjoying about it, and this is just my personal view, but I feel like on Sky Warriors, if you're part of a squad and you want to get consecutive wins, it takes quite a bit. You know, you got to have stickers, you got to have boosts nowadays, you know, so on and so
Yep.
forth. Where
Yep.
I can just, and you know, obviously there's the fuel aspect, and then on this other platform, I can do $0, and I can play all day long, no
Yeah.
breaks, and
For
I
now.
can be competitive.
Well, we
Yeah.
say for now.
Yeah.
We say
Well,
for now.
and
But you're
we'll
expecting this
and
the same
we'll see
business
what
model.
we'll see what happens.
I'm
I'm not
expecting that
saying, you
the
know.
more it grows, I'm
Well, and
expecting
hey,
more
it's
profit.
a fair observation, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
Well, it's not an
it's okay if it
observation. It's
does,
an
right?
assumption. Let's be clear. It's an
It is an
assumption right now.
assumption. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I'm not saying listen, there's another part of Sky Warriors too, right? Is that you've spent all this time, and the other investment is your time, right? The amount that you have spent playing this game, the amount of family time that you missed playing this stupid fucking
That's the
game as
real
well, right?
investment. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
right, yeah. That's
I can
huge
feel that. I
investment,
get it. I get it.
right? So like to get to a point where I fully would want to leave the game, I think the competition would have to go
Well, so
for
my
me.
biggest thing is they're two different
And
games.
that's fair.
There's two
I
they're two different
100%.
games. Let's be clear. And
Yeah,
I've never been an advocate for one person leaving one for the other.
right.
For the people
I,
that
I, for
go,
me, I think that that Metalstorm is an amazing game to play when you're for free. Like it's incredible to where it has almost everything that Sky Warriors is missing. And Sky Warriors is everything that Metalstorm is missing. Like the decals and shit like that is going on in Sky Warriors. Do I do it? Hell yeah, because I have to compete,
Yeah.
right? That's what I do. I don't appreciate
I
it. I
hear you.
don't want to do it. None of that shit. I would much rather Sky Warriors take away all the fucking decals, all the special missiles, and get back to just sidewinders. To be honest with you,
Which is
let us
where. Yep.
yeah, let
That's where
us
it was when I
figure out who
started.
the best was. Yeah, and that's what I want. I would love that. That would truly test everybody, and that's what Metalstorm has, right? Other than the automatic machine guns, like that's what they have. Your missiles miss, right? Like you can use flares the same way.
to be clear, when you say automatic machine guns, you mean the
Oh,
auto aim
The
assist?
tracking.
yeah.
I'm talking about it tracking, right?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
the phone. Yeah, that didn't happen on the computer. Just to be clear.
Oh, really?
Yeah, ask me how I know. Um,
and
but
I know you can turn them off too.
yeah, and I've played both. I play both, and I understand what you mean about the mobile version, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I'm talking about automatic tracking machine guns. Like that is to me. I like the machine gun idea, and I like how they're more powerful. The missile makes you kind of get in closer range and dogfight. I like that. But I just wish that everybody had those kind of turned off.
yeah. Well, someone mentioned about flight physics, right? It doesn't feel like flight and all that. Well, I don't know if people realize that they have the endorsement from Northrop Grumman and
Mm-hmm.
Lockheed Martin as far as the physics of how that game plays.
Cool. Yeah, I got no problem. I
just
got
want
no
to throw
problem
that
with
out
it.
there. I want to throw
Yeah,
it
no.
just in a defense. I mean, it's not that I don't believe one feels better than the other. Any of that. I just want to throw that out there.
Right,
That's
but
a big
one also
endorsement.
looks a lot more arcadey than the other too, right? Like it looks
Well, I
one
think
one
that's
feels a
that's why
lot
it's
more
two different
arcadey, I should
games.
say.
So
Exactly.
why can't people understand this? You can play both, right?
I don't know.
One is quote unquote toilet time, as the Japanese would say, and one
Right.
is when you're in your free time. Like, so if I
Yeah.
wanted to play a 3 minute match, I'll log into one game. If I wanted to play a more simulated match, it might take 15 minutes. I don't know.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
No, absolutely. Look, I have no problem with Metalstorm at all. Like I think that I just like for me where I go wrong is exactly what you're saying. I'm leaving this game for another game, and then also fuck that other game. It like the gameplay is so much better over here. The game performance is so much better over here. I'm like, no, it's not. Like it's a completely different game.
it
Like
is a
there
different
are
game.
so much. There's
Right,
so many
and
great things about Metalstorm. There really are. You know,
right, and it
there's
all
some
depends what style you feel like doing. And that's the beauty of it is none of us have to subscribe to just one.
Well,
If
it's
I want to play my more aggressive style of flight, I can log into Skywarriors because my jet will perform in a way that allows for a much more aggressive handle. You don't have to actually contemplate physics much. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about your stall speed necessarily. Yeah, you can stall in Skywarriors, but
Mhm.
not the same way. It doesn't feel like a stall. You can recover extremely quickly.
Right.
Or if I want to think tactics and really get an immersive style gameplay, then I'll go over to Metalstorm because that's the kind of game they have made and they have done a beautiful job.
Yep.
Or if I just want to run around and shoot a bunch of shit, Call of Duty.
Yep. Yep.
all
I'll just
three.
because then you just run around and hey, if it flies, if it moves, it dies, and you don't got to fucking think about it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, and to
Yeah.
tie this in before we get to the actual story of your journey through Sky Warriors, the tactics are exact same. It's crazy if you think about it. From Ground War, all these games, you need an Overwatch, you need a sniper, you need infantry. That's the exact
Yeah.
same thing that all three of
Yeah.
these guys. Yeah, all three of these games,
Yeah.
need.
Absolutely. Yeah. And to be fair, like this is what they kind of have a death match, right? Metalstorm. They also have something
Yep.
um that Skywars doesn't have, right? And that's I actually love the capture the flag kind of game that they have with whatever air superiority, is that what it's called?
Yep.
That that's great to me. That's a lot of fun, and that's a lot of also teamwork. And if you have a good team and you all talk on line together, I'm sure it even gets better. So there will be
Oh yeah,
coming,
and that's the
I'm
beauty
sure.
of it. Is it was made to be played online where you can all talk to each other. It was made that way.
Yeah, and I'm
And
sure
that's
in the
kind of the
in the
beauty of it.
future.
Really, like if I got an hour, you know, I can hop on with Breeze and what's that guy we were playing with earlier? I can't even think of his name.
Legatus,
Um,
Legatus,
well, him. Yeah, he's from he's a OG from Metalstorm. What was the LAA guy? Spook? Was it Spook?
Spook. Yeah, we played with Spook.
Yeah. We can jump on with all these guys, get on a voice chat, and just go fuck shit up. It's
Yeah,
great,
It's almost
and
required. It's
it's
required.
fun.
it really
Really.
is. It
Yeah.
really is. That's the crazy part.
Right.
And then you can switch to Sky Warriors, and I used to do this all the time back then. We'd hop on a voice chat, go get into a team of three, and then like if you saw one of the big, like Low or Double Deuce or Ghost
Yeah.
or any of them guys, you could be like, all right, I'm gonna go play with them. You guys keep this fucking other guys off my ass. Or
Right.
hey, let's all go fuck him up and then deal with the babies. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And but that was all that was required as far as a tactic because there was only three of yous. You
Right.
know what I mean? It was a pretty simple thing, especially if you're just playing deathmatch. On the other side, if you really want to get into tactics, even Call of Duty. If you play Capture the Flag or any of that kind of stuff on
Right.
Call of Duty, that almost requires
Same
some
thing.
form of communication.
Yep, same thing.
Yeah, it requires some form of communication. Otherwise, you're just running around gunning shit.
Hmm.
Which is why 9 times out of 10, I Call of Duty, I play Death just because I can do it by myself, but I'm in a just shoot everything kind of mood. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, and that's the beauty of of having all of this at our fingertips is we can whatever we're in the mood for, we can have whatever flavor we want. It's just a matter of what am I feeling right now.
Well, and
Yep. And
speaking of flavors, so how did you get to where you are now? Flying with champions, that whole shebang.
So yeah, I started. I got so when I started, I was just playing for about, I don't know, maybe a month or so, without even knowing that there was a competitive part of this. So I didn't even join a squad. Right, I was just out there fucking terrorizing the world in my little shitty plane, and as soon as I joined a squad, I got lucky. I joined a pretty good squad at the start. It was 501 at the start. But I started noticing, there was some issues with, I'm putting up so many points and the bottom is making us fail. I keep on putting up so many points and the bottom is making us fail. So I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out. I gotta go on my own, So I joined, Ross, which was old, right? Old Ross,
Okay.
and
Yep.
I was accepted into there, good camaraderie. First day, boom, their commander left. Like, motherfucker, like, what is going on? Like, first day, the commander, they had an exchange of commanders, and I was like, God damn, and that was Zeus. So, Zeus from Champions,
Yeah.
aka the real Zeus. He was the one. He was the
I'm
one.
proud to give him that moniker, by the way. You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, good. That's it. So he pretty much found me with Gretzky, and as soon as I joined, there was like this big kind of like love. It was like you were accepted into a brotherhood, man, and I really respected that. At that time, I was having my wife was pregnant. It was funny as hell. She went into labor the day I started a war, and I'm like, dude, I don't even know if I can do anything. I don't know if I can put up the minimum. So, while she's in labor, I'm putting up 50K. It's like such a douchebag.
I need another bathroom
Yeah,
break.
yeah. She'd like pass it. She'd pass out for 30 minutes, and I'd be like, "Oh, then how much?"
You're sitting there like it's been an hour and 15 minutes. My fuel's redone. All right, let's go do this.
So I built up a little bit of respect with them. Everything. I went back to 501 for a little while because that's where I originated from. So I helped build that team with guns back up to the top 30. And then we hit a couple squads where, again, the bottom was just failing, man. And I was just it's just the most annoying thing when you put up 300,000 or 400,000 and your team is not fighting with you.
Well, that's a good point. So let me ask you something. So there are size differences between Metalstorm and Skywarriors, right? As far as team limits right now, and that's a big debate whether or not they should expand it or not.
They shouldn't. They shouldn't at all. They should not.
No.
Nope, not at all. Because the absolute worst part about Skywarriors, if you are a player who produces every single time and really fights every single time with your squad, is the people that really don't, or they don't push with you, or they put up their 20K at the beginning or the end or whatever the fuck it is. The 20K minimum has ruined the game because they have now set a bar for everybody to hit and think that's a max, and that's impossible. It is impossible to be in the top 5 and have your bottom put up 20K, or the max they can put up is 20K, or they just don't give a shit about playing with your squad. When you're talking about a squad versus squad war, Everybody's got to be there, or else your team will fail. And
Well,
that's where like emotions come into it, right? That's where everybody who like gets pissed off at their teammates, like fuck that. Like just get 20 people that know each other, that all want to participate in one squad. And now you can even create your squad for 40 diamonds, right? In Skyward. 40 fucking diamonds, and you can be a commander in Skywarriors. Fun. Really fun. It brings all the players that actually, like, give a crap. And they set no limits. So there's, what, probably 1,000 squads? I don't know. Probably something like that. And
There's a bunch.
yeah.
There's a bunch.
Right. And 1,000 great players as commanders instead of having those great players just be a part of an awesome squad.
well,
I can say my old squad is somewhere in the list because I got locked out of it, and the
yeah,
developers that I sent all the messages to never did dick about it.
it makes me wonder.
you go.
It really makes me wonder how that changes the algorithm. So let me ask you something about. I don't know if you know that I know this, but how do you feel about champions and IA being tied right now?
I think it's really shitty, man. I think it's a really shitty thing for what they did. I think that, so if I go back and I look at how many points they lost every time we beat them, right? There was, I don't know, 13 million to 12 million war, then another 13 million to 12 million war. Every time we would gain, I don't know, I want to say like 38 to 47 points. Every time they would lose 38 to 47 points. And why did they lose so much? Because they're the number one squad and they were full. And the couple hours before war, they decide on their terms that they want to give up and empty their squad. So what that did was this time we won 37 points. They lost half of that. So now we're tied. So this is where we're at.
So do you find it funny that you guys are literally tied, not a point away, not 2 points away? You don't find that interesting?
What they're if we're gonna go into like conspiracy theories, right? Then the devs are setting it up
It's only a
for
theory if it's not true. Just to be clear.
Right. Yeah. Well, what they say about assumptions, what you said earlier, right?
Well, but conspiracies can be real. I'm just saying we're programmed to say theory.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Gotcha. So if we're going to go into that, then the devs set up for another war. Okay, that's cool. We'll crush them then. It doesn't really matter. But the fact that the only reason this happened is because they left, it's really shitty. It's disappointing when you spend hours and hours and hours fighting a squad, and then they scheme something to where they all leave an hour before war to cause us to gain the points, but them not to lose the points, just so they might not leave first position.
So do you think it was more IA figured out the algorithm, or do you think it was the devs that were hoping that IA would come back and give them more money?
I think either it was IA that figured it out, or it was IA that hoped for this. Because there's no way that they would give up. They haven't given up one time. They have never not fought us. Not once. And then the day that they're going to lose first position, they just decide. There's no way.
I don't know. I literally, that's why I asked the question, because I honestly don't know either. But if I was to err on the side of caution, I would certainly say it probably belongs to the people that are trying to squeeze the turnout for as much as possible. But that's me.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. So here's the deal, right? They say they're not fighting anymore. So let's see what happens next war. Let's see what happens on Monday.
Great point.
We'll just see.
That is a great point. The way. Go ahead, Chuggers. My bad.
No, I was just gonna say, Monday's war. If they're still empty, then maybe I will hold their speech that they gave out, or whatever the hell they want to call it,
Memo?
I'll hold that, to their word. But if not, then fuck them. This is again some shitty scheming tactics that they pull out their ass.
Well, let me ask you this. So,
Right. Well, and
I'm just curious.
and, real quick, for your video on Goofy. I mean,
Keggers, we can't hear you, brother.
Completely outside because and four.
I didn't hear anything. I'm sorry. No.
No,
Hear me now?
I can hear you now. It's not mine.
Weird.
Go.
Chuggers, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep, go for it. Same question.
Okay.
I'll cut it out.
No, it's fine. Just like I said, just looking at it from a completely outside perspective, because I don't really follow any game news necessarily anymore, just because there was so much,
Sure.
I guess, confrontation in it that I just kind of checked out of it.
Yeah, man.
I personally, and this is just me with my personal thought process. I personally feel like because you guys said it's been 12 to 13 million wars back after back after back, right?
Hell yeah, man. Yeah.
Right. Well, and that's and if, running off the assumption that everyone is spending for those big wars,
Yep.
they're getting their money's worth out of you guys going at it. And I'm thinking they're hoping for one more big hurrah. You know what I mean?
Maybe, man. You're not. Look, listen. That is not a crazy theory at all, right? That is totally doable with these motherfucking devs, dude, for sure. These guys are douchebags. Like, I'm so happy for you guys in Metalstorm to have, this.
That bugs me because you could be just as big a part of this.
Absolutely.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, so it's two different games. It really is. If you want to stay there and continue to win, which congratulations, by the way, we haven't said.
Wait,
that.
are you? Yeah, are you saying what I was gonna say there? Hold on, and I'm sorry because maybe things got a little confused. But what I was gonna say there is I'm so happy that Metalstorm has this process, right, where their devs actually come on and they listen to people and all of that, right? Like that is so special to have compared to this shitty relationship that Skywarriors and Wildlife has with its players. Like it's I'm sure that Metalstorm would love to have us there, us all full time,
Well,
and maybe soon it will be that
so
way.
let me explain. If in case you haven't listened to the prior episodes, with the mods and all that,
Right.
For the people out here that might not have, it's 16 people. 16 people took a IP that's a very famous one and rebuild it. So what they did is they took their work before, after being released, or well, erased, I guess, after being released to somebody like Wildlife. So King, do you guys know who King is?
No.
King is a I guess conglomerate, kind of like Wildlife, right? They own several IPs. So King is Candy Crush. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to wipe this project and just burn it. They kind of did, and the guys that left rebuilt it. And now we have now we have a semi simulator. That's what it is. It's an arcade style simulator. That's what it is.
Okay.
It's not DCS, but it's closer than a lot of mobile games. Now, they moved to Unity off of an Unreal Engine. I know that for a fact. I was told that. And, it seems to be playing pretty well. It's not nearly as hot.
So.
Huh?
That's how I think so. I think it plays for what I think it plays like what it is. And I think for what it is, it's great.
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
So
The only
but
thing, the only advantage I'm hearing from you is investment and time. And
in competition, I still think there is the competition there for me. For me, there is.
come on over.
Now,
I can see that. I
I'm
can see
saying,
that. I can see that.
well, the thing is, like, look, competition by what? By proving what? That you'll spend money? If you want to spend money, I'm just saying, like, why not do it on a free platform?
listen, if there was some sort of squad versus squad, and you said there's going to be, right?
No,
If
there is
if there
already.
is,
There's two different tournaments. I mean, I can put you in a room right now, but
okay.
you need time. I'm telling you, you need time to understand the game. That's all.
I'm not saying I do understand. I haven't spent enough time there for sure, but if there is that, and there is, that squad versus squad, you know, mentality to everybody, and everybody wants to kind of, I don't know, what no, what Sky Warriors really doesn't understand is Sky Warriors as a whole is shit. The community of Sky Warriors is the only reason why Sky Warriors is even there
That's the
anymore.
idea.
You
That's
know,
the idea.
that's it,
And
right? So, and the
yeah.
same thing will go for Metalstorm. Same exact thing. So we
Well,
will see.
yeah. Again, I hope all our best pilots, champions, IA, all those guys. It's gonna take every one of you. Trust me. Ask Kegs. It's gonna take every one of our best pilots to even fucking give these guys a battle. They're playing.
Yeah.
They're playing with us right now because they want competition. They want us to level up. They want us to unlock everything they have.
Hmm.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Um,
no, and I don't doubt it. I don't doubt that. So here was my theory on everything, right? That's going on with Sky Warriors. Um, if that J-22 drops in Christmas, that's the end of the game. If that plane drops as the T8 in Christmas or at Christmas, that's the end of the game. That is the last plane that will ever be given out. So they may have a year right after that, maybe two, if they last, if they stop fucking with their players, they may have a year or two, but then it's over, and they don't care. They've shown that they don't care. So if it continues, right, the taking first spot, right, the first squad or number one spot in squads, right, that was a goal. That goal has been reached or will be reached on Monday or whatever.
yeah.
Whenever we decide to do it,
Yeah.
or if the devs, if we end up tied again, then I'll fucking quit the game. And then
I will hit the delete button, and you
yeah, I
fuckers won't
will.
get another penny.
Yeah, good. Take my money. You've already taken it. Whatever. It's fine. But
Speaking of,
if
hold on, 1 second, 1 second. How much money have you spent on the game, Butt? I hate calling
a
you Butt.
lot,
I
man.
meant Chug.
Yeah, yeah. No worries. A lot, man. Like definitely 5 figures. So
Hmm.
maybe not. Maybe not that much. I don't know. It's somewhere
Close.
around there.
Well,
Close.
no, I mean that sounds reasonable. That
It
sounds
is reasonable for that
reasonable actually,
game.
because Chuggers, you leveled up really fast,
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
really fast.
I'm sorry,
Yep.
buddy.
And
I'm sorry for that.
So
and
I
there
would
may
actually
not
believe
be
that. I would actually
many
believe that.
many chuggers running around there. There may or may not be those too. So you gotta take into account all of those.
Oh,
So we have
you got little Chuggers.
they're little. They're not so little anymore, but they were little at one point.
Ooh, 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 ooh. That's hot. That's hot. What colors are they?
Little. If they take off their dress every now and then.
Ooh,
They're
well,
fine.
I don't want to if they're little.
Oof, oof,
Anyway,
oof,
back
oof.
to
We're starting
airplanes.
we're starting to sound like a 25 to life shopping mall right there. We need to move on, I
That's
think.
what I'm talking about, my bro. Like,
What?
look, I'm not going back. I'm not going back. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Look, and I'm not, I'm definitely in Metalstorm. So it is one of my games to where I can just go and play and have fun for a little while and put down. That is a beautiful thing in itself about Metalstorm versus Sky Warriors.
well,
That's
whether
it.
it's that or Call of Duty, like, so I'm not as deep into Call of Duty as I want to be, but like, is it a pay to play kind of platform?
You can if you want. You can purchase a couple of things, and I've thrown like $5 at Call of Duty because they had a
Yeah,
really cool gun skin
So it's
that
skins.
that same with
that
PUBG really
matched
was
the gun, and then and you got skin. Like, this is really cool. Yeah, okay, I'll 5 at that, whatever. And
yeah,
then, but other than that, no, you just down, you just shoot a bunch of shit.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable.
I didn't buy much in PUBG, that's for sure. I just spent some dollars on some
I didn't either. I
sweet
didn't either.
clothes. And that's
Well,
it.
my one complaint about Call of Duty Mobile, right?
I really,
It's like 3 gigs to download on a phone. That's
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's pretty much
yep.
one game.
but you get a lot. There's a lot you get out of that. You really
Yeah, the
do.
world maps are huge though, right? I mean, that
Oh
they're
yeah.
just gigantic.
And there's
You know, so
they just had a map expansion pack and a yeah, no,
yeah.
you get what you're downloading, trust me.
Well,
I'll say that right here right now.
I just wonder if they're on Epic
Um
Games or
and, and
Steam even. I don't know.
Breezy, your video's gone again there, GB. There
I
you
can still
are.
see
Look at
him.
that smiling face. Look at that.
Yeah, his
Oh,
video's not cutting off on my end,
No, it's
dude,
your end,
at all.
buddy. It's your end.
Yeah.
why don't everything looks beautiful on my side other than that.
It's the Uber. Uh,
It could be. It really could be.
but no, honestly,
My
okay.
satellite tilted 2 degrees. All right, my satellite's tilting a little funny.
That's really what it is. So, if you were going to say something to people that might disagree or dislike you, right? Um, what would you have to say to them?
Go fuck yourself.
Okay, okay. Well, that's pretty clear.
No.
Hold on. Can we take that down as a statement, sir?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is going to be on the
This
cloud.
is this
No,
is
in all
this is a,
seriousness, like I
it's a
love the
fucking game, dude.
competitiveness, but
Yeah, no, it's a game. So look, there's a lot of I troll a lot, man, a lot. Like that's one of my favorite things to do.
not you.
It's one of it's one of the things that I enjoy about the game the most. Everybody enjoys games in a different way. I can still put up 600K or whatever, but it doesn't matter. Like what I enjoy the most is trolling the shit out of people. Yo,
Just
that's fun.
we're fucking around right now.
Well, see, and that's part of it. Honestly, is I feel like everyone needs to understand, and it doesn't matter what game platform you're on, Skywarriors, Metalstorm, Call of
Right.
Duty, PUBG, Warzone. I don't care what it is. I mean, look at everyone can take a fucking step back for a second. We're all adults in this room. Look back at the
Right.
old Call of Duty lobbies when we were like fucking 12 or 12 years old, whatever, senior in high school. You had people screaming at each other to go kill their dogs and shit.
Yeah.
I told
So
a British kid to go choke on some tea and crumpets one time. Okay, flat out, legit happened.
Sorry, Star Knight.
If you were born in the if you were born, sorry, Arthur. I mean,
And I have to timestamp this now. Thank you. If you guys see this window, it's because I'm looking
but
at
no,
the time.
seriously, if you were born in the fires of that kind of shit and you can't handle a little bit of smack talk on a mobile game, come on, simmer down now. Go play Candy Crush and fuck off.
yeah,
I'm
man.
just,
Yeah.
I'm just a proxy, boys. But I'll tell you this. Like,
Can you explain? Hold on. Can you explain what that means to everyone? You say it a lot, but you've never given a
oh
definition.
Jesus Christ, I've given the definition too many times, but not on air. So, when
Yeah,
it
well,
comes
that's what I'm saying. Explain that for our audience, please,
for the audience,
for their
when I
for
say
their eargasm pleasure.
when I say I'm just a proxy, right?
hmm
It's in the technology term, basically a conduit for information. So I'm like a splitter or electrical box in your house, right? I decide which
You're the
way.
modem that tells me I'm not allowed to connect to that one website that probably shouldn't be connected to.
I'm a good modem that sends you all the information you want. Too much, in fact. I let you look into goat porn or whatever you're into. I haven't seen his search history, but yeah, goat porn. Um, yeah,
Dumbass.
don't discount it. You're stupid. Yeah, we're gonna throw that in there. We're gonna throw that in there right now.
That's why I said it, because I wanted you to do it.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. And yeah, so look, we've kind of made a mess of this, but
Yeah, we did.
at the same time, I
Kind
after
of.
everything that
Kind of, sir.
after everything I know you've been through today, right? So you've been actually really humble and nice, and you know, I did I shared that message, and yeah, hopefully something good comes out of this. That's the point, dude. So a lot of us are at least 25 to 65 or over,
Right.
and the thing is
You mean
like
100 in debt?
probably 1,000 at this point. But no, in all seriousness, like to be clear, I've actually paid Starform, right, that's Metalstorm. I don't know, around $100. I spent
Right.
$2,500 for wildlife, and they got a hold of me before I spent a dime. That's neither here nor there. But the point is, there's something better on the other side. Um, if one game gave you everything, and I think in your own words, everything you were complaining about, I just
hmm
I guess I just don't understand why you're still paying that amount of money. You say it's competition, but there's plenty of competition over other platforms, whether it's here or Call of Duty. You can do it for free.
Sure. Yeah. No. And you know what? It is competition. A lot of it's competition, right? A lot of it's because I know the names of the other people on the other side, right? I know exactly how hard this fight's going to be or not going to be. I know who I want to target. I know all of that stuff, right? I'm not have to spend now the next 2 months, 3 months figuring out who is on the other side. Am I going to get them more often? The first thing, like, I really enjoy going back to back to back to back to back against somebody. Like, if I'm running a double or something like that, and I can't get away from somebody, good, better for me, love it, But that is just my mentality. I know I probably won't get that on the other side. I don't think I'll be able to hit play and then face them off again, and then the next time hit connect, face them off, face off against the same team again,
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
right?
and there's, in the wise words of whoever said it first, there's only one way to find out, bud.
I'm there, bro. I'm,
You
I'm
you
there. I might be in the same squad as Breeze, and he doesn't even know it.
or I
Maybe,
might know it,
maybe not.
or I might know it, and you might not know I knew it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that everybody should know it by now.
I mean, I just play a dumbass on TV here, so
Yeah, man.
I'm just
Go
gonna say
investigate.
this. By the way, thank you for coming on.
Thank you, guys.
Is there anything that you want to say? I mean, we're at that point where I want to give you the floor and not say a fucking thing. So
Yeah, man. I would love. First of all, thank you guys. You guys have always been a voice of reason for me. I think that you guys are doing a great job. I think that you guys are taking on a lot, even though it doesn't seem like it from the outside. Listen to you guys and hearing you guys every now and then on YouTube. Just bullshit is really pleasing to me. I love to hear you guys' stories. I love to hear the other people's stories as well. And thank you guys. On the other note, I really want to say congratulations to champions. All that stuff that was been talked about us, about account sharing, all that bullshit has been posted. I hope this clears up a little bit of that. We are a strong team, man. We are just headstrong too. We will push and go faster than any other squad that I've ever seen. And we have now taken out the top. We have now hurt them morally. We have now hurt their little spirits. They have run away. So congratulations to them. I wish that, we really got the fight that we did to take over number one, but we didn't. So we will continue on, keep our heads high, and go fight them again.
Well, bro, like, seriously, this is why I wanted to have you on, just basically to tell you one thing. Bring all that talent, and, and until Skywarriors rebuilds, because they will. No reason to quit. Play both games. But bring that attitude to Metalstorm. Seriously. And the commitment, because you're going to need it. I'm telling you, it's a different game.
And Call of Duty.
And Call of Duty, of course. I can't fit it on my phone, and it's pissing me off. And I can't put it on my computer, so I tried an emulator. So it.
Wait. What?
Yeah.
Dude, I have Metalstorm, Skywarriors, Call of Duty, and a couple other like little ones that I play all on my phone. I got like 5,000 pictures, and I'm not even three-quarters. I'm not even three-quarters of the way through my friggin' memory.
Yeah. Do you have Apple or something? I don't know what you have. I don't know what you have.
Yeah,
I have an S23. I'm Android.
Samsung.
Oh, okay.
Samsung. So yeah, I have a Motorola, and it operates at about.
What is your problem?
Well, I was gonna say it operates about the same as like the string on a tampon, but it's fine. It fucks me up. But anyway, so
it's annoying.
With that being said,
yeah,
he's been cool. Shout out the bots.
With that being said,
he's been cool.
He's been Kegs.
And we're the fuck out.
All right. Good job, boys. We're good to go.
All right, hey, I will. Hey.